Hey everybody, today is May 7th, and today we're going to talk about the price of gold and silver. We had a nice breakout, and we're going to talk about whether this is going to be the bottom of this correction or whether or not this was going to be another fake out, and we're going to see the price roll over and perhaps continue on lower. Before we begin, please read this disclaimer, and you can pause this video as you read it. Okay, so in our previous videos on gold and silver, we talked about how gold and silver have basically either been in a downtrend or they've basically been going sideways, right? Most recently, gold been going down over the past couple of months, and so it just seems like every time we find support, right, we just fail to hold support and we just continue down lower, right? We think we found support here and then we fail to hold support, right? And when I first started covering gold, I talked about how when we broke up down below this Fibonacci level, and the Fibonacci level tends to act as support or resistance level, right? We made what I believe to be a double bottom, right, over here, and then we came up and we faced resistance among this Fibonacci level. But the good news is that we finally broke above. In our previous video, the price was around over here, and I told you how I wanted to see us break at least 1800. Why? Because 1800 is roughly where we have this previous support level, right? Over here. All right. So 1800, we failed to hold support over here and over here, and then we've had this massive move down, right? So the fact that we're breaking above 1800 now, this is also a resistance level that we had when we came up. I want us to hold 1800. If we can hold 1800, I think this will act as strong support going up higher, right? So obviously this moving average is coming down now. If we do hit this price, we might find some short-term resistance, probably come down. But I want us to hold 1800 and then push up higher, right? Because usually when we hold what was used to be support level, that ends up being strong support overall, right? Because we're coming up and we hit this resistance level because this was once support. When we failed to hold this as support, it turned into resistance. This is why we found it hard to break above 1800. And when we broke above, we held the Fibonacci channel over here, support channel, and we came up, but we failed to break above 1800 because we flipped this support level into resistance by failing to hold it, right? But now we're breaking above and we have a strong break above, which is great. Now the question is, are we going to be able to hold this, or is this going to end up being a fake out like we had here and over here, right? And the reason why we had strong fake outs over here is that when we had this massive run last year to all-time highs, we came down and we tried to hold this Fibonacci support level, but we failed, right? We tested it a couple times, we failed. Lower highs, descending triangle, failed to hold, broke above. We flipped this support level to resistance over here, and that's why no matter how many times we try to come up and break above, we failed to break above. And we had a quick fake out over here. People thought, hey, this is higher high than here, right? But no, strong rejection down here. We tried again, another fake out, and of course plunged to lower lows, and we were basically in a bearish trend over here, right? Undeniable. But we have a chance to reverse the trend right now. If we can continue to go up higher, maybe retest it once in a while, look what's happening. We're going to start forming higher lows and higher highs, right? And we're going to change the direction of the trend, which is what we want. Because right now, even though we had this nice breakout over here, I'm going to get rid of this, we're still making lower highs and lower lows. Even though we had a nice breakout over here, this is still a lower high, right? Of course, lower low. Now, of course, in my last two videos, I talked about how this could be a double bottom. But a double bottom is a double bottom in retrospect, right? Obviously, we need more price action to develop, so we need to wait a couple more weeks to see if this actually holds and we continue higher. Then we can say this is a double bottom. Otherwise, if this thing rolls over and continues down lower, then this is just another, failed support level like that we had in previous months, right? So right now, I am waiting to see if we can hold 1800. So that's where I want to see gold hold, at least in the short to medium term. I want us to hold 1800, right? Because if we hold 1800, then we have a chance to flip this resistance level to support, and we can possibly continue higher, right? And that's what I want to see. And if we do continue higher, then I expect the next major resistance level to be around 1900, 1920, which is where we were rejected these previous two times, right? And of course, it's going to be strong resistance in my opinion, not only because of this, but because we flipped this support into resistance. And so yeah, but that's going to be way down the line. We have to at least hold 1800 first, right? So ideally, I would like to see this come up, maybe come down, retest, but then eventually retest this level and push up higher. Come down, retest, flip it to support, from resistance to support, and push up higher and challenge the previous all-time high, right? So that's what I'm looking at for gold. I want to wait a little bit longer and see if this price action ends up holding as our this price action ends up actually developing into a bullish reversal, right? So from a bearish trend to a bullish trend, and we're just gonna have to wait a little longer to see if we can actually hold this level, and if we pull back, if we can hold and defend these pullbacks instead of letting the pullbacks roll over and retesting this Fibonacci. Because if we retest this Fibonacci level, because we held as support over here, if we come down and retest it, it's likely we're going to come down lower, right? So we want to at least hold, if we do come down, we want to at least hold this level, which is around 18, just below 1800. So 1800 is a very important key level. I want to see it hold and continue higher. That's gold. Let's look at silver. Silver, I've said many times, looks a lot stronger than gold, right? We had this huge impulse move up after the pandemic crashed the market and took everything down with it. Now, of course, we're consolidating, moving sideways now, right? However, gold looks a lot more bullish than, silver looks a lot more bullish than gold because we at least have this higher low, right? We at least have this higher low. Now what we need is a higher high. So we want to see silver. The good news is that we held this Fibonacci area as support. We flipped it from resistance to support after we failed to hold the support level here. After we failed to hold support level here, we came down and turned this Fibonacci into resistance. We came back up, tried to break above, strong resistance, got rejected. And this time we came up again, retested it, held it as support, and now we flipped the resistance into support. Now, what I want to see is I want to see silver come up and retest just below $28 to $30, right? Which is over here and also over here. And those levels we got rejected. So if we can come up, and maybe we will get rejected again, but if we come down after being rejected, I want us to make higher lows, right? Such that, like this, just like this. And what we might end up happening is not perfect, but sort of an ascending triangle pattern like this, right? Where we continue to keep testing the high. I know it's kind of an ugly triangle, but I drew it very quickly. But the idea is I want to see silver continue to test this resistance level, and when we come down, make lower lows, right? Sorry, higher lows, and continue to push up, eventually breaking above this triangle pattern, right? So silver looking a lot stronger than gold. Of course, silver and gold, they tend to move a lot slower than like stocks for crypto, right? So this might take some time to play out. But yeah, silver, I want us to continue higher and try to break above $28 to $30, right? And break above this triangle. If we do roll over, make a higher low, right? Instead of rolling over and continuing down. I don't want us to test this Fibonacci level anymore. Same thing with gold. I don't want the gold to come down and test this Fibonacci level because it's just going to increase the probability that the price will continue along lower. So gold holding above 1800, I'll turn bullish. So, but it's going to take a couple more weeks. I'll definitely update you guys again, and we'll see how the price action develops and whether we can change the downtrend into an uptrend, and whether we can see silver break above this triangle pattern into new all-time highs. So thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, helpful, informative, please like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe for updates. I appreciate your support. Thanks again, and have a great day.